What makes Aras different? Let's talk about that next. So Aras it's an interesting story. They are a provider of PLM software solution, I should say, a platform to be more specific. And they're based on open source, but really one of the unusual things about what they offer is what they enable their customers to do. So one component of that is allowing their customers to configure and customize the PLM solution, which is not that unusual. But the unusual thing is when you go through a lot of modifications of a PLM solution, you often run into trouble when you want to go to the next version, when you want to upgrade it. A lot of those customizations can be depreciated or developed over the top of with new functionality. Some of the calls can change. So there's often this huge problem of getting your PLM solution to move up to the next version. And Aras has an interesting approach to this. I had to dig and dig and dig to drill down to exactly what the difference was. And this is my impression. It's a combination of how the customizations are developed, number one. So they are encapsulated, is the term Aras folks are using. So you have the core web service that you're using, and you combine web services. You can make your own little app out of it. But some of those web services might need to be extended or sometimes modified. Well, what Aras does is they encapsulate the core web service, the core capability that it offers out of the box, and it encapsulates it with the change, right? So it's clearly identified as, okay, this piece of the solution is different and unique from what is out of the box. So that's one thing. So clearly identifying the change to the solution. The other component that's really interesting is they have a whole team of people up there in Andover, Mass, that's the upgrade team. And basically what they do is they do recursive analyses of what is different between out of the box and a customer specific solution. So they quickly identify, okay, what exactly is different? And then they identify, well, what's the impact of that change? So they go through and identify, say, maybe four or five changes that you have made, substantial changes. And they go through one by one, and they triage how they can move that up to the next version. And they will actually be responsible for upgrading you and doing that. And it's not just, hey, that's your problem. Figure out what you want to do if you want to throw away the work that you've done in customizing your PLM solution, or you figure out how you're going to upgrade it. Aras actually will upgrade that. So it's this combination of identifying and wrapping up the change so that it is kind of isolated is maybe the right way to think about it. And then having an upgrade team with the tools to identify those differences and knowing how to deal with those differences and upgrading you automatically from there. So it's a really interesting approach in that it can actually enable customers to go and customize and address very serious issues in the development process for them. Whereas often before a lot of customers feel like they've been held back by PLM solutions. You can't really go after all those big changes because of this threat of not being able to upgrade your solution. So it's kind of the core of my takeaway from looking at that solution. That's it. Take care. Talk soon.